Hey guys, let's have a look at my list of the greatest biopics of all time. The world of cinema has definitely given us some tremendous tales that trace the origin and true stories of some of the most tenacious and persistent pathways of some of the most significant individuals that have laid down their memorable marks with some of the most distinguished acts of bravery, compassionism, and path breaking pioneering. At number 10 of my list is the Eddie Redmayne starrer The Theory of Everything, which is a biographical ballad of one of the greatest thinkers of our time, Stephen Hawking, wherein it brings to light the tragic times of the film's protagonist along with the paramount pillars of his pivotal paragraph. The film was directed by James Marsh, wherein it received several Academy Awards nominations, namely that of the Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Original Score. The film's male lead star Redmayne won the film's sole accolade for the 87th Academy Awards night for his powerful and proficient performance. Next up in line is the terrific tale of Alan Turing named The Imitation Game that tells the honorable heroics of the film's protagonist, wherein the team assembled within the perimeters of the Bletchley Park attempts to decrypt German communications and ultimately win over the ongoing war. The film starred Benedict Cumberbatch as the marvelous mathematician, wherein his precious portrayal, as well as the director's distinguished drawing on the film's biographical board, definitely makes this biopic as one for the ages. Next up in line is the sterling showcase of Bohemian Rhapsody that plays out the pages of the lively life of Freddie Mercury, who was the lead singer of the British rock band Queen. The film chronicles the events between the timelines from the formation of the band in 1970 to their 1985 Live Aid performance at the original Wembley Stadium. The film was directed by Bryan Singer, wherein the project starred Rami Malek in the titular role of Freddie Mercury, wherein the stellar performances by the film's cast, as well as the film's top-notch screenplay, along with its delicious direction, makes this biopic a monumental memory of the majestic Mercury. At number 7 is the story of the speech struggles of the former King of England, King George VI, wherein he takes over the helms of the throne in the face of the abdication of his predecessor, wherein his greatest test is not just to live up to the lavish and luxurious legacy of the throne, but also to flawlessly announce of the imminent threat that lies ahead. Now, the film that was directed by Tom Hooper stands out for its serene and smooth screenplay, as well as its decorated direction, wherein the compelling chemistry between the two leading figures of the film, as well as its stunning narrative, makes this film a predominant piece of cinematic canvas. At number 6 is the Adrian Brody starrer biopic named The Pianist that brings to silver screen the lows and lamps of the life of Ladislaus Spillman, who was a Polish Jewish pianist, a classical composer, and a Holocaust survivor. The film was directed by Roman Polanski, wherein he quite staggeringly sews up the spellbinding story of the melody of music, the struggle for survival, and the wretchedness of war. The film won the award for the Best Director, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Actor at the 75th Academy Awards, wherein for me personally the film continues to be a symbolism of staying strong through the tides of struggles and sorrows, wherein I also look at it as a project whose very cause stands for the endurance and ultimate eviction of evil. And number 5 is the story of Jackie Robinson, wherein the title of the film is a reference to Robinson's jersey number, which was universally retired across all MLB teams in 1997. The film that enrolls the giant and grand names of Chadwick Boseman and Harrison Ford stands tall for its engaging and immersive screenplay, as well as its delightful direction that is attributed to the name of Brian Helgeland, that makes this film a fabulous and fantastic tribute to a lasting legend. And number 4 is the spectacular story of the former President of America, Abraham Lincoln, wherein following his re-election, he seems to be sailing onto the ships of the 13th Amendment, wherein he looks to settle it onto the surfaces and shores of the American soil. Now, the film that is directed by the majestic maestro of movies named Steven Spielberg, wherein the project shines out for its splendid screenplay as well as its doubtless direction, wherein the film terrifically traces up the footsteps of the former president as he seems to be completely resolved to seize and stop the sins of slavery. At number 3 is the outstanding ornament of Oppenheimer, wherein the powerful performances by the film's celebrated cast, The fast paced but flawless screenplay of the film, and most importantly of all, the dynamic direction done here by the film's captain, Christopher Nolan, who inks out an ingenious use of the contrasting colors in the film's cinematic canvas, wherein he also paints out those path breaking practical effects onto the proficient picturesque of the film, all of which ultimately makes the film a major and magnificent movie monument in the long list of the brilliant and beloved biopics. And number two is the staggering story of John Nash, who seems to be swinging onto the extreme parallels of exemplary ingeniousness and endangering eccentricity. Everything from Russell Crowe's perfect portrayal to Ron Howard's deeply dedicated direction, as well as the spellbinding show put up by the film's supporting cast, really makes this film a rare and regal piece of pearl among the classic and celebrated cinematic jewels. At number one is without a doubt Steven Spielberg's timeless and monumental masterpiece of Schindler's List that tells the jaw-dropping tale of Oskar Schindler, who happens to be a failed industrialist whose fortune suddenly takes a 360-degree turn during the tragic events of war until he finally realizes that where the real and the most valuable riches of life lies. Everything from Neeson's performance to the film's skillful screenplay to Ben Kingsley's subtle and strong portrayal of Itzhak Stern, as well as Ralph Fiennes' exquisite embodiment of the atrocious Eamon Goth, along with the sheer spectaculousness of the way Spielberg's use of this emotional epic, because of which it makes it onto the top of my list of the most memorable and bravest biopics. If the individuals that soared had their stories to be told, wherein their struggles spoke volumes of their bold, as the cinema laid them a carpet for capturing the catastrophes they endured, for their tenacity touched the commons, wherein the latter rendered their reverence to be bestowed. The brave whose heroics garnered that widespread rave. Hey guys, if you like my video, you can click on the like and share button, and you can also subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss upon these types of videos. Let's come together and celebrate the magic of movies.